What's up, guys? Berkan Dincer. Welcome to episode 5 of the Big Screen Berkan Podcast. I am excited, as always, to be here. I finally have my studio really up and running. I have a mic that I actually really like, and pretty soon I'll have a camera that I will be obsessed with. But for now, we are rolling. I hope it looks okay to you guys watching on YouTube. If you're listening, though, again, like I said, I have a mic that I really like, so hopefully I sound pretty dang good to you. We have a lot to talk about. There is just so much happening right now to be obsessed with as a fan. We have the Spider-Man No Way Home fun version now in theaters. We have House of the Dragon on HBO Max. We have Lord of the Rings of Power on Amazon Prime. We have She-Hulk on Disney Plus. There's just a lot to love and look forward to every single week. It's been absolutely incredible. I cannot wait. It is a very busy time for me, though, so it's been a lot trying to keep up with everything. As you guys know, if you keep up with my YouTube channel, I just got back from Scotland, so my Scotland vlog is live this next week, literally tomorrow. So by the time you're listening to this, I will be on a flight headed to Disney World. No, not Disney World, St. Lucia. I'll be heading to St. Lucia for about a week with my wife, and that's going to be tough because I am supposed to be not making as much content, at least on TikTok. I am supposed to be relaxing, enjoying my time with my wife, but our St. Lucia trip happens to fall during D23. D23 starts on our last day. Disney Plus Day is September 8th. That is my last day in St. Lucia, and I'm flying home September 9th, which is the start of D23. So I'm going to still do my best to cover everything I possibly can for you guys. I just might be doing it from some exotic location, so that'll be fun, actually. I'm actually pretty excited to kind of mess around and see what I can do with that. It should be pretty cool. I definitely won't have an opportunity to film in any other beautiful place like St. Lucia, so may as well make the most of it. So I'll be in St. Lucia at the end of the week, and then at the end of the month, I will be in Los Angeles for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. So I'm really excited, and you definitely want to be subscribed on YouTube and following me on TikTok, because I guarantee you I do not do thrills well. Now, roller coaster thrills I can do any day of the week. I don't do horror thrills well. I just do not do it. So I can guarantee the content is going to be pretty entertaining for you. You should place your bets, because there might be a live tracker on how many times I piss myself during Halloween Horror Nights. I am not exaggerating. I am truly and genuinely terrified. Funny story. So my birthday was July 30th, and my birthday fell on a Saturday. I usually like to take a day off of my birthday anyway. So July 29th, I scheduled a kind of a PTO day for my day job. And I said, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to go to the movies. And so I went. I booked a double feature. I booked Nope for the morning, and then right after Nope, I was going to go see the Justice League Super Pets. Super Pets, just whatever it's actually called, Super Pets, starring Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. Dwayne Johnson. I definitely said Dwayne Johnson. Sounded like the character from Big Bang Theory. But anyway, so I booked a double feature, and I was going to just have a great time by myself. No big deal. Everyone's working. I wasn't going to ask anybody to take a day off. Just some quality me time. Nope was in IMAX, a giant IMAX theater, and I was the only ticket sold for the showing. Nope is a thriller. It is not like a horror movie in any sense. It is just a thriller. It's probably on par with Jurassic Park, but the difference is I've seen Jurassic Park many times. So if I was alone in a theater watching Jurassic Park, I'd be totally fine. But alone in an IMAX theater, I can't do for Nope. I can't do for that type of movie. If it was Spider-Man No Way Home, if Super Pets was in an IMAX theater and I was by myself, that would have been fine. But I cannot do Nope. I couldn't do it, so I chickened out and I only saw Super Pets. Still had a good time, but I'm definitely disappointed in myself. I will be watching Nope before I go to LA. I absolutely 100% will be doing that. I absolutely need to, especially since Universal Studios Hollywood has their backlot tours, and they've added the Western area. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what it's officially called, but they've added that Western area from the movie Nope. So I gotta understand what's going on. And if I'm gonna go, I may as well be 100% all in and committed. So that's the plan. But yeah, so I have a very exciting month of September ahead. Also, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I am partnering with the Dallas Mavericks again this season. I'm so excited. I love the Dallas Mavericks. As you probably see from my TikTok videos, I'm wearing Mavericks gear all the time. But I'm partnering with the Dallas Mavericks again this season, and my first event is the Mavs 42 Vault. It is at the Texas State Fair. It's basically like a Mavs museum, and they are opening it up for the first year ever. And I am going to a really cool event, but for the Mavs 42 Vault, Mavs Vault, dedicated to the Mavs 42 seasons. It's officially called the Mavs Vault, and it's dedicated to the 42 seasons of the Dallas Mavericks. And there's going to be a lot of really cool artifacts that you haven't seen in person before. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to share it with you guys. So if you're in the Dallas area and you're looking to check out something, especially if you love the Texas State Fair, that's definitely something to keep in mind. And hey, if you love the Dallas Mavericks in general, be sure to be following me on all platforms, not just Big Screen Berkan, but my personals as well at Berkan D Official, because that's where most of my Mavs content does go. So on TikTok, I am starting a brand new account dedicated to the Mavs. I started during the playoffs. I did some trial runs, took the summer off to kind of brainstorm how I want to approach that account this year. But you can follow that. That is at Berkan MFFL. So yeah, now let's move on and let's actually talk about movies. I want to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, the fun version, the extended cut of the movie. It re-released in theaters. And I want to talk about it. I saw it last night. And I went to it because I absolutely love No Way Home. It's my favorite movie of all time. I've not been shy about it. It's not just my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's not just my favorite MCU movie. It is probably my favorite movie of all time. I've now seen it 8 times, and I've still just yet to be sick of it. I don't get bored during it. I don't think to myself, okay, can we just get past this part? Can we get past this part? I enjoy every second of it genuinely. So I was excited to see it in the theaters one last time. Plus, 11 minutes of extended footage. That seemed pretty promising to me. So I was like, let's do it. Let's go check it out. And me and my buddy Michael, really, I'm my best friend. He's actually coming to Halloween Horror Nights with me, so you'll be seeing him in some videos. But we went together and we were excited. He's only seen the movie once. He hasn't seen it since literally opening night back in December. So he was excited. We sat down. Again, it's only 11 minutes of extra footage, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I was hoping to see Daredevil, and I was obviously hoping to see more of the 3 Spider-Men together. Was a little disappointed, not because these are deleted scenes. They're deleted for a reason. I wasn't disappointed because of what I saw with Daredevil and the 3 Spider-Man. I'm disappointed because they advertise it's going to be 11 minutes of extended footage, right? You couldn't buy the DVD and get the deleted scenes. This was the only way to see the extended footage. Something fans have been saying for months before the DVD came out, that they were looking forward to seeing deleted scenes. For the reason of Daredevil and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And so when the DVD came out and there was no deleted scenes, everyone was disappointed, but we all assumed, okay, we'll at least probably get an extended run in the theater, which obviously came true. And they advertised, okay, 11 minutes. Great. A good chunk of the 11 minutes is footage that they used for promotion on TikTok, on the Daily Bugle official TikTok, where it's Betty sitting down having like an interview with Ned Leeds, with Flash, with the coach, with Peter. And it's, why did they use a good chunk of that for TikTok? Why did they use a good chunk of the TikTok videos as the promoted 11 minutes of footage? Why did they do that? What's the point? Like, what was the point? If that was going to be a good chunk of your extended footage for this re-release, why not just give us the lead scenes? Why put us through this? It made me I was so upset when I saw that. I just didn't understand the choice. To me, that felt that just rubbed me the wrong way. And that happens pretty early on in the movie. So after that point, I was like, whatever, because it is a good chunk. It definitely goes on for a while, and you just kind of sit there awkwardly. Plus, again, these videos were originally posted on TikTok, right? And so they weren't filmed with this cinema XD quality cameras. So it looked, I mean, yes, I think the goal was for it to look like a high school interview video, which definitely succeeded, but it just was thrown in there and it just was cut so weird. I did not enjoy that. So if you're looking for Spider-Man No Way Home, if you're looking to see it in theaters for the joy of just seeing it in theaters one last time, great. This re-release is definitely for you. But if you're hoping for something crazy, I know there's some pictures out there a while back of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man fighting the Green Goblin again. If you're hoping to see that, you're not going to see it. I'm sorry, you're just not. You do get a quick scene with Daredevil again, and you do get a good 3 minutes of the Spider-Men all together before they've created the cures. They're about to battle the villains at Statue of Liberty. They're all talking. It's when Andrew cracks Toby's back. It's a fun interaction. They're talking about the villains they faced. They're asking Toby about his ability to sling web organically. It is 3 minutes of an uncut sequence of that scene. So that was great. That was amazing. I love that. It was hilarious, actually. The entire theater broke. We couldn't handle it. It was so funny. But it definitely, I don't know if it was worth, $15 to go see it again. I'd rather that scene be in a deleted scene, like I said earlier, but it was definitely fun. So I, at the very least, enjoyed seeing No Way Home in theaters again. I enjoyed seeing my favorite scene of all time when they've figured out how to work together as a team. They're running up together. The music's playing. They land in the pose. I love that. I can't help but smile as big as I possibly can when I see that scene. I love seeing that in the theater again, 100%. But again, if you're going to No Way Home, the funner version, whatever it's called, expecting for this crazy amount of deleted footage, this 3-hour cut, that's just not going to happen. So hopefully Sony just releases the videos on like YouTube or something of these scenes, kind of like the Batman did with the Joker deleted scene. That was great. I love that. I really appreciate that. I'm glad they didn't make me go to see an extended version of this very long film in theaters just for that 5 minutes. So I hope Sony takes a note of Batman's book and does something similar to that. Definitely would appreciate it. The other thing I saw this week in theaters was The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, the brand new show on Amazon Prime. I say I saw it in theaters. In fact, I saw it in the very same theater I watched No Way Home, the fun version, in the exact same seats at Cinemark. They had a free event for fans, a special fan screening where you came. They gave everybody a $10 voucher. Right at 7:00, they started episode 1. You watched it all the way through the credits. Immediately, they started episode 2, and that was it. So you got to see the first 2 episodes 24 hours before they dropped online for everybody to enjoy. I was really excited about this because I thought, oh my gosh, The Rings of Power is a $715 million budget show. Season 1 is literally $715 million in budget. So I was excited to kind of check it out and see it on the big screen. And unfortunately, this isn't Cinemark's fault, but the show wasn't made to be on an XD screen. So it did look beautiful. Visually, it was spectacular. The XD screen didn't affect that. But audio-wise, it just didn't fit their speakers, which Cinemark, XD, Dolby, IMAX theaters, they have a very different system. So the background music was significantly louder than the actual lines. It wasn't too bad. Like, it was still bearable. Like, we can still understand it well. It was just a little bit more quiet than you're used to in an XD theater. So that was unfortunate. But other than that, I was able to enjoy it all the same. Again, visually, The Rings of Power is absolutely spectacular. Can't say enough about it. It is $715 million. Makes sense. But I did feel like maybe there are too many characters in Lord of the Rings of Power. Speaking of rings, my ring just slammed into my table. I'm so sorry. But I did feel like there's maybe too many characters in the show that's being introduced. It's a lot to follow. You think you're in episode 2 and you're like, wow, that's a lot of characters, but okay, I can establish attachment to these characters now. I can figure something out. I can buy into their story. And then a whole new batch of characters gets introduced. And then I went back and I watched the trailer afterwards to see if they kind of showed only the first two episodes. I really like what shows are doing that now. I think Disney Plus does it a lot where their trailers only really feature the first two episodes and glimpses of the others. So I went back to the Rings of Power trailer to see if that was the same case. And there's a lot in the trailer that's beyond the first two episodes, including a lot more characters that needs to be introduced. So I'm like, okay, this is a lot. This is a little bit too much to keep up with. Game of Thrones has a lot of characters too, but I feel like in the first two episodes, Rings of Power matched how many characters you have to keep up with Game of Thrones. So it's definitely a lot, but they definitely lay the groundwork for an incredibly complex, deliberate story that I think pacing wise they're doing a really good job of presenting the story and unfolding it. And I do think, although there are a lot of characters, I do think that there is no weak link. They're all really lovable in their own ways, and I'm going to have a lot of fun keeping up with them every week and watching. I can't really say a lot about the story because the first two episodes is pretty much 2 hours of introduction, which is fine. That's why they released them together, so you didn't get 2 straight weeks of introduction. I'm excited to dive deep into it and kind of learn more. But right now we don't really know a lot after 2 episodes. So I also don't know how many episodes we're expecting for season 1. It's definitely not going to be a 1-season show. It can't be. It's way too big. way too big. Which is good. I like that it's not going to be a limited series type. It's crazy that we're getting a Lord of the Rings show every single week, along with a brand new Game of Thrones show, House of the Dragon. Both shows have released their first 2 episodes. Right now, I think I have to give the edge to House of the Dragon. I don't know what it is. I love that world. I think Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, they're very on par with each other, but Game of Thrones takes it a step further, in my opinion. It's not as fancy, I guess. It's more gritty, in my opinion. I think it's bolder. I've always said I'd rather take Game of Thrones over Lord of the Rings. And right now, I'd rather take House of the Dragon over the Rings of Power. That's just my opinion. I think I've enjoyed the first 2 episodes significantly more. And I'm curious how you guys feel about that as well. I want to know, do you guys enjoy Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, or House of the Dragon so far? Now we're 2-2. It is they are going to have a pretty cool battle every single week. So I'm excited about that for sure. Speaking of House of the Dragon, if you don't have HBO Max, they've released the first episode of House of the Dragon on YouTube for free. So if you want to check it out, it's definitely a good time to do so. And that's all, you guys. Shorter episode today. Just wanted to kind of get some general thoughts on some of the cool stuff I've seen recently and really get an episode out there before I leave and go travel again. I have a lot of content to get through, so I'm going to push through as much as I can. Be sure to follow me on all social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at Big Screen Berkan, or if you want to follow me personally, at Berkan D Official. Be sure to say hi on social media platforms. I do my best to be as responsive as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.